Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. To be what we are and to become what we are capable of becoming is the only end of life. You cannot run away from weakness. You must sometime fight it out or perish. And if that be so, why not now and where you stand? The saints are the sinners who keep on trying. Keep your fears to yourself, but share your courage with others. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but of playing a poor hand well. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Make the most of the best and the least of the worst. To travel hopefully is a better thing than to arrive. Our business in life is not to succeed, but to continue to fail in good spirits.
Keep busy at something. A busy person never has time to be unhappy. The best things in life are nearest: breath in your nostrils, light in your eyes, flowers at your feet, duties at your hand, the path of right just before you. That man is a success who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much. Every heart that has beat strongly and cheerfully has left a hopeful impulse behind it in the world and bettered the tradition of mankind. To know what you prefer instead of humbly saying amen to what the world tells you ought to prefer is to have kept your soul alive. Don't ever confuse motion with progress. Live life to the fullest. It is better to lose health like a spendthrift than to waste it like a miser. There is no duty we so much underrate as the duty of being happy. By being happy, we sow enormous benefits upon the world. Quiet minds cannot be perplexed or frightened, but go on in fortune or misfortune at their own private pace, like a clock during a thunderstorm. A good conscience is 8 parts of courage. Fear is the strong passion. It is with fear that you must trifle if you wish to taste the intensest joys of life. An aim in life is the only fortune worth finding. The most beautiful adventures are not those we go to seek. You can give without loving, but you can never love without giving. We are all travelers in the wilderness of this world, and the best we can find in our travels is an honest friend. A friend is a gift you give yourself. So long as we love, we serve. So long as we are loved by others, I would almost say that we are indispensable. And no man is useless while he has a friend. I travel not to go anywhere, but to go. I travel for travel's sake. The great affair is to move. There are no foreign lands. It is the traveler only who is foreign. Wine is bottled poetry. The world is so full of a number of things, I'm sure we should all be as happy as kings. Books are good enough in their own way, but they are a mighty bloodless substitute for life. I kept always 2 books in my pocket, one to read, one to write in. The difficulty of literature is not to write, but to write what you mean, not to affect your reader, but to affect him precisely as you wish. All speech, written or spoken, is a dead language until it finds a willing and prepared hearer. It is one thing to mortify curiosity, another to conquer it. Compromise is the best and cheapest lawyer. Everyone who got where he is has had to begin where he was. Everyone lives by selling something. Sooner or later, everyone sits down to a banquet of consequences. Everybody, soon or late, sits down to a banquet of consequences. It is perhaps a more fortunate destiny to have a taste for collecting shells than to be born a millionaire. Perpetual devotion to what a man calls his business is only to be sustained by perpetual neglect of many other things. The cruelest lies are often told in silence. The truth that is suppressed by friends is the readiest weapon of the enemy. All human beings, as we meet them, are commingled out of good and evil. In each of us, two natures are at war, the good and the evil. All our lives the fight goes on between them, and one of them must conquer. Good and evil are so close to being chained together in the soul. To be feared of a thing and yet to do it is what makes the prettiest kind of a man. Marriage is one long conversation, checkered by disputes. Marriage is a friendship recognized by the police. Don't waste time with someone who doesn't want to spend it with you. Extreme busyness is a symptom of deficient vitality, and a faculty for idleness implies a Catholic appetite and a strong sense of personal identity. Sightseeing is the art of disappointment. Like a bird singing in the rain, let grateful memories survive in time of sorrow. Do not write merely to be understood. Write so you cannot possibly be misunderstood. A bottle of good wine, like a good act, shines ever in the retrospect. There are two things that men should never weary of: goodness and humility. We get none too much of them in this rough world among cold, proud people. To be wholly devoted to some intellectual exercise is to have succeeded in life. Every man is his own doctor of divinity in the last resort. Mankind was never so happily inspired as when it made a cathedral. Vanity dies hard. In some obstinate cases, it outlives the man. Every man has a sane spot somewhere. Man is a creature who lives not upon bread alone, but primarily by catchwords. If your morals make you dreary, depend on it, they are wrong. We lavish gifts upon children, but the most precious gift, our personal association, which means so much to them, we give grudgingly. A baby is an inestimable blessing and bother. It is a wise child that knows its own father, and an unusual one that unreservedly approves of him. Children are given to us to discourage our better emotions.
Keep your eyes open to your mercies. The man who forgets to be thankful has fallen asleep in life. There is nothing but God's grace. We walk upon it. We breathe it. We live and die by it. It makes the nails and axles of the universe. An aspiration is a joy forever, a possession as solid as a landed estate. Is there anything in life so disenchanting as attainment? Here lies one who meant well, tried a little, failed much.
Home is the sailor, home from sea, and the hunter, home from the hill. Clothes make the man. If he be Mr. Hyde, I shall be Mr. Seek. The devil, depend upon it, can sometimes do a very gentlemanly thing. We should be careful to get out of an experience only the wisdom that is in it and stop there. Politics is perhaps the only profession for which no preparation is thought necessary. There is a fellowship more quiet even than solitude, and which, rightly understood, is solitude made perfect. Take care of each other. It is not so much for its beauty that the forest makes a claim upon men's hearts, as for that subtle something, that quality of air, that emanation from old trees, that so wonderfully changes and renews a weary spirit. For my part, I travel not to go anywhere, but to go. I travel for travel's sake. The great thing is to move. With every day, and from both sides of my intelligence, the moral and the intellectual, I thus drew steadily nearer to the truth, by whose partial discovery I have been doomed to such a dreadful shipwreck, that man is not truly one, but truly two. We consume the carcasses of creatures of like appetites, passions, and organs with our own, and fill the slaughterhouses daily with screams of pain and fear. Sir, with no intention to take offense, I deny your right to put words into my mouth. This profusion of eccentricities, this dream in masonry and living rock, is not a drop scene in a theater, but a city in the world of reality. If I am the chief of sinners, I am the chief of sufferers also. I learned to recognize the thorough and primitive duality of man. I saw that of the two natures that contended in the field of my consciousness, even if I could rightly be said to be either, it was only because I was radically both. Man will do many things to get himself loved. He will do all things to get himself envied. Whoever has lived long enough to find out what life is knows how deep a debt of gratitude we owe to Adam, the first great benefactor of our race. He brought death into the world. The lack of money is the root of all evil. Each has his own tree of ancestors, but at the top of all sits probably arboreal. Chastity. It can be carried too far.